It's getting terrible every day.
Just go for a ride in Houston traffic.
The traffic in Houston is bad.
And prepare for an earful.
It sucks.
It's really a mess sometimes, especially on the West Loop. It just gets a little bit frustrating.
They're just crazy. I really just think someone's gonna rear end me.
Michelle Parrish has a bird's eye view to Houston's highway hysteria.
How often do you hear horns blaring here?
You just heard one right now. Every 5 seconds.
She works near the intersection of Hillcroft and Westheimer, where she's seen road rage wrecks.
People getting this close to your car just to cut you off to make sure that they make that light. No one wants to sit at it, but we all do.
And anger on the road can turn deadly. Just look at what happened on March 8th when road rage ended in gunfire and death.
I'm 6'2", 240 pounds. She have no problems getting in my face.
Those who know Rushanette Houston say they were not surprised to hear she was involved in the death of 49-year-old Carol Grant.
Police say road rage left both women angry, so they pulled into this parking lot to fight it out. And authorities say Houston then shot Grant. She hasn't been charged in the death because she says she fired in self-defense. And that got us thinking about road rage, and we got our hands on accident numbers from the Texas Department of Transportation. And Hillcroft and Westheimer was one of Houston's worst intersections for road rage.
We're probably averaging like 4 calls a day related to road rage.
Houston Police Assistant Chief Brian Lumpkin says road rage is on the cops' radar too, and he knows where it's happening most.
Specifically, all your freeways, your 610 loop, and of course Westheimer.
TxDOT's numbers dating back to 2009 also show the Southwest Freeway near Kirby as a problem area for road rage. Another hot spot, the East Tex Freeway near Tidwell. Lumpkin says slowing this growing trend on the road is easy. Just use common sense.
Don't escalate the situation. Don't do anything that's going to make that person even more angry.
Call 911 for me.
Oh my God, he's getting in the car.
And incidents like this one we found on YouTube show road rage cases are tough for police to pin down because they often lead to more violent crimes when punches start flying.
Everywhere from a simple assault where someone just shoves you to an aggravated assault where somebody actually injures you
is infuriating.
Michelle Parrish doesn't need our research to worry about road rage.
I would not be surprised at all. Experiencing the road rage myself every day.
If drivers could catch her view at the corner of Westheimer and Hillcroft every day, they'd know anger could be just a stoplight away. Christine Haas, KHOU 11 News.
I got this thing with the flag. I've painted it 1,000 times.
You might say artist Scott Lebedo wears his heart on his sleeve.
It's 300 feet this way by 500 feet that way.
That is until you see the size of his canvas.
It's a work of art to me, and I don't think enough of us see it as a work of art.
Multiply his sleeve by 1,000,000. You see, this artist's raw emotion and patriotism are on rooftop display for those with a bird's eye view.
Somebody was in the window seat, but he leaned over, and it was pretty amazing to see it from the air shot.
Just a stone's throw from Houston's Hobby Airport. Lebedo and his fellow painters hustle through the Houston heat.
I want them to see how beautiful American is.
Spreading their passion for patriotism across 3.5 acres of rooftop.
I want people to look down and, they're going to see flags every day, but I want them to see this one, and they're going to see it for sure, I guess, just to contemplate, how their life is here in America.
And if you listen closely to his accent,
use the one that's in there. There's a fresh one in there.
You'll understand his mission. Early on, this New Yorker's work was described as bitter, even angry. But when the towers fell on 9/11, his vision changed. He began a pilgrimage to all 50 states, working to make a lasting impression.
We have this because of this flag, of the people who fought and died and sacrificed and still do today, so we can enjoy these perks of freedom.
And his artistic gratitude can be seen from New Mexico to Maine, Hawaii to Alaska, and on America's birthday, Houston, Texas. Lehman's Gasket Shop will now house what Lebedo calls the world's largest American flag. He says it's a poetic display for a company that is truly the nuts and bolts of what America stands for.
I'm crazy about my country. I'm crazy about my flag. I'm crazy about this birthday that we're celebrating, this 234th birthday that we're celebrating this Sunday.
A celebration this man hopes will last more than just a day. 900 gallons of paint and 21 days of prideful painting later, he says his patriotism lasts a lifetime. Christine Haas, 11 News.
It's about 86 degrees outside.
It's blocking 4 main lanes.
On another day spent dealing with more of the world's problems,
the U.S. cannot do without
and it's very bad news.
These are some of my medals.
We found
this one is second place.
A different kind of story.
And that one is first place.
In a blue bedroom in spring, a room filled with the trophies and mementos
signed by all of the Astros
of a very eventful young life.
This is a dinosaur's claw. This is a poster. These are some of my medals.
His name is Nikkis Journey.
This is a memorable thing.
He's 9.5.
This is a nightlight Darth Vader.
And it's been quite a journey.
And the doctor came back in and he said, "I'm sorry, it looks like he has leukemia."
Something ALL.
It was ALL, it was leukemia. Nicky was just 4 years old, and his journey would bring needles, blood draws, chemotherapy, and very long days staring out hospital windows.
I was thinking, will I live or die? Figuring out, will God be with me if I live or die or not?
Okay, you already know the good news. Nicky lived. He's been in remission for 5 years. But there is more to talk about, including the coveted pair of pink tennis shoes that he begged his mother to buy.
I said, "Nick, I'm a little concerned. Somebody at school may tease you."
And I said, I'll say to them, if I fought cancer and lived, I'm tough enough to wear pink shoes.
I really think he's just an old soul in a little kid's body.
And so this old soul and his family had an idea. Nicky made it through the trauma and the boredom of all those hospital days with the help of a portable DVD player. So they thought if all the other cancer patients at Texas Children's Hospital were in Nicky's same shoes, shouldn't they get a DVD player too?
Makes them take their mind off if they're going to live or die, and take their mind off the weight too.
So Nikkis Journey was born, a foundation where they would raise money to buy DVD players and movies and mail them to the hospital. Every new patient would get them for free.
It just really helps all the kids to know that they can focus on something else.
And the count so far?
We're right at 300. So there's been 300 kids that, the day goes a little easier for them because they've got something else to do.
Yes, 300 DVD players, but they'd never had the chance to make a delivery in person until one day in June when a pair of pink tennis shoes strolled into Texas Children's Hospital.
We're almost done, okay?
To meet a 3.5-year-old girl in pink sandals, a pink ribbon in her hair.
Can you go home a little bit, okay? You'll be okay.
And a pink bandage on her left hand from the chemotherapy she'd had that morning.
This is for you.
For you, Nicky. And say thank you.
Through her tears, she offered that muffled thank you, and eventually, a smile.
It feels good to make someone happy and for them to keep being happy with the DVD players.
By the way, her name is Nicole. Her parents call her Nicky too.
It's so good to hear success stories too, because that's what we're hoping for too.
So Nicky's journey begins for another young Nicky, with a gift from a cancer survivor, making the long wait a bit easier.
Cancer, I think, put me on the right path to make Nicky's journey up and help others.
We really honestly think this has helped mold who he is.
Molded by cancer to help other survivors with the gift of time. Kevin Reese, 11 News.
In our world of tags, you may see Harry Shaw one way. He sees something else.
I'm a paratrooper. That's just the way I am. The world is a drop zone, and that's all I see.
He's seen plenty, starting with a conflict most have forgotten.
I was the most serious out of all of the injured in Grenada. I came very close to dying many times.
even briefly listed as killed in action.
And that's 27 years ago almost.
27 years sitting.
In the end, it's technically it's easier to sit in the chair.
But this is a new beginning.
You know, it's important to me that we do this right. It's not just, I'm not just coming to work.
A team effort that comes down to one.
It's a lot like jumping out of a plane. You just got to have the courage and the faith. Paratroopers know a lot about faith. Ready?
Whenever you're ready.
To deploy. Here we go.
Stand up. That's beautiful.
Nothing fancy.
Shoulders back. Chest in.
Odd sights.
No, I've never seen him upright. Never seen him standing, and it's very strange just to see him my height.
Odd sounds.
I just heard it click.
Unlimited future.
First thing that crossed my mind was that he would be able to walk me down the aisle one day.
Some work is just about pay. There's more when your job is providing hope.
The payoff for me is what we did for that man.
Motivation comes from all sorts of places. Ben Falls has only to look down.
This is basically what Mr. Shaw has. It's a microprocessor control knee.
Not a display,
which means it not only
except of hope.
And I certainly went through that in my young years.
Not just hope.
It's hard to grasp it. It's even hard to, to get to fully comprehend it now.
Promise.
Jenny wants her first dance. I've never given her that, so.
These 2 steps first.
I'm good at hard steps. I'm good at challenges, and my biggest motivator is when somebody tells me it can't be done.
You see, Shaw is only here because he was told he could not jump at an amputee skydiving event. His stumps were too short. Not anymore.
To me, it's a means to an end.
Flying again is next. Steps before jumps. Jeremy Diesel, 11 News.